Yeah, and we're going to talk today about entrepreneurship, right?
We are.
So what are the trends you're seeing and the important things we need to know about entrepreneurship right now?
I'd say there's quite a number. Most interesting is that when Babson began emphasizing entrepreneurship as a discipline that could be taught, it was viewed as unusual, maybe impossible, and much akin to trade school. Now entrepreneurship permeates virtually everything we do, and there is almost no institution of higher learning or elsewhere that doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about entrepreneurship.
That's correct. When Babson first got into entrepreneurship, I remember it was the only school, and now it seems like every school is sort of crawling into that turf.
And what's fun is that MIT, a really important institution in the country and the world, sees itself as very high up on the list because of its being able to create many startup enterprises. On the other hand, Babson continues to be rated #1 in entrepreneurship because we view it differently. It is not just startups. It is how you run the school itself, what kind of students you admit to the school. Are you willing to take the hit when students go off into business and aren't earning a lot of money the first few years as they build enterprises? Is everything about you entrepreneurial? Are you training other entrepreneurs? Babson continues to do all those things and has continued its ranking, I believe, for approaching 20 years.
I like the way Babson, sort of like baseball or football, that they're scouting schools that they know tend to produce more entrepreneurs than others, and they're reaching out to those schools and those students early in their careers to help them channel those efforts.
And we have, among other things, summer boot camps
Right.
and regular visitations. Interestingly, I think, too, is early in the game, we can say that as an educational institution, we taught entrepreneurs. This has evolved to the point that we not only teach entrepreneurs, but they teach us as well. So the design of our newest buildings on campus are reflective of how entrepreneurs of this generation want to work.
Right.
The rooms are almost secondary to common working space, presentation areas, and rooms in which people can get together and have spontaneous interactions and talk about what they're doing. So it's now
Facilitating solutions, not just sitting in a traditional classroom environment that you would have had in first grade.
Very much so.
Right.
Very much so.
That's great. What other things are going on?
Babson is, and indeed in many cases, high school is becoming the beginning of an entrepreneurial experience that is leading, I think, a major portion of the population into what I'll call a entrepreneurship ecosystem. And you start, the kids at the earliest stage start competing in accelerators. And so accelerators are now, instead of a charity to help out people, they're
Right.
now a business.
Right, and versus the original term incubators, which was about a sick child. It's really accelerators. It's about a special child moving quickly through the system, right?
A very good point. I focused on that. And now that we recently returned with a group from Boston, from New York, where 6 million square feet in Brooklyn is being set aside for the next step, for businesses that have been formed entrepreneurially but need some help and some space to move into the next level of accomplishment.
And is this a Babson project?
No, this is not a Babson project, but it was a Boston City project that we went to visit, and it's going to be replicated as it is increasingly around here. But recognizing that the accelerator is first, but
Right.
then there's more need for young people and young businesses to have places within which to develop.
Someone wants to find you in the interim to talk about entrepreneurship and maybe even just how to use lawyers in an entrepreneurial manner and how to create an entrepreneurial environment, since you understand it from your years at Babson. How would they find you?
I welcome that. I'm at a senior stage in my career where I'm set aside time to be helpful to people. I'm at R.J. Snyder, SNYDER, at DuaneMorris.com.